This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let me go through what is covered in this exam. What is covered in this agenda. So this is designed, the course is designed for Amazon Web Services Solution Architect. And this course is divided into almost 20-25 modules. And module 1 starts with the exam preparation. There are many exams or certifications that are available. So we'll start with the certifications, what kind of certifications that are available. Nearly 7 to 8 certifications available. And what is that you required to study? Are there any prerequisites for these certifications? And I will also provide all the required material to pass the exam for the first time. And if you are new to cloud computing, so module 2 is going to help you to understand what is a cloud and cloud computing concepts, deployment, delivery models, and all those things. You can understand. Even if you are new to cloud computing, no issues. This will help you to understand cloud. And module 3, which is going to talk about AWS overview. Okay, what is AWS, history of AWS as a market leader, and AWS global infrastructure, different products and services that are there. And module 4, which is compute section, AWS, the virtual machines, we call it as compute, and AWS account setup, EC2 concepts, working with EC2 instances, and so on. And storage operation, this is complete storage administration, EBS, EFS, S3. These are different type of storages that are available. We'll see how to manage this storages, how to create, and how to deal with the different kinds of storages. Module 6, which is security, identity access management, directory service and inspector. And module 7, complete VPC, virtual private cloud. Module 8, which is networking, the load balancer, ELB, auto scaling. And module 9 is Route 53, which is DNS component. Module 10 is a CloudFront. And module 11, which is managing databases in AWS. Like these are different type of databases that are there. And module 12, database migrations using Amazon DMS. And module 13, management and monitoring. Module 14, different application services like SQS, SNS, and workflow services. And module 15, which is disaster recovery scenarios, migration strategy, troubleshooting, etc. Just give me 1 second. So, right, so yeah, no issues. Troubleshooting AWS services, best practices, command line interface, and integrate AWS Lambda services, automation, and real-time use cases. So these are different services and modules that we are going to discuss. So any questions about the course content, or anything that you want to add or remove or delete or anything? Okay, so right, so hopefully this is good. Now, first of all, let's try to understand. Let's go with module 1, and let's try to understand what are the different certification programs available, and what is best for us, and where do we get started with. So AWS certifications. So these are the certifications that you have. So there is almost like 8 to 9 certifications that are there, and there are 3 verticals: architect, developer, and operations. Architect, developer, and operations. In the architect, there are associate and professional. Before associate and professional, there is a foundational certification is that. In the foundational certification, you have certified cloud practitioner, AWS certified cloud practitioner, which is optional certificate. It is not a requirement for any certificate. Okay, it is not a requirement for any certificate. It's up to you whether you want to take the certification or not. So basically, this is going to cover the basics of AWS, very basics of fundamentals of AWS. And the next level that you have associate certificate and professional certificate. In the associate, there are 3 tracks: architect, uh, DevOps, operations, architect, developer, and operations. And AWS, within the architect, you have certified solution architect and professional. Okay, and developer, you have developer associate and DevOps professional. And in this operations, you have sysops administrator associate and DevOps professional. So is there a requirement for associate certifications? No, there is no requirement for associates, prerequisite for associate certifications, but professional certifications, the prerequisite is associate certification. So the best certification for DBA, go with AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate. Okay, so for DBS, better to go with Certified Solution Architect Associate level. Once you get this Solution Architect Associate, go with professional certification. Okay, then if you plan to have developer, go with Developer Certified Associate and professional. Okay, and you have specialty certifications, advanced networking, certified big data. Okay, let's try to understand what are the different certifications that are there. What the certification uh, the patterns. Okay, so associate level certifications are computer based exam, which you have multiple choice questions and answer. The duration of exam is 80 minutes. So, and AWS does not report how many questions that you are going to get, approximately about 50-55 questions that you will get. The exam is available in different languages. So exam registration fee is $150, and you can go to any approved testing center, and or you can go to PSI online and register yourself and register for the exam with the nearest data center, nearest exam center. And this is the old pattern. This old pattern is still valid. This is valid till August 12th. They have introduced a new pattern, and designing highly available, cost efficient, fault tolerant, scalable system, implementing and deployment, which is 10%, data security 20%, troubleshooting, and 10%, total 100%. The exam passing score is set using statistical analysis. AWS, they're not going to publish what is the exact passing score, but approximately based on our experience, if you get 70%, you will be considered. You can try to target 70%, at least 70%, even when you're practicing, doing any practice exams, so that you can. That would be on an average 70% is the passing score. So around 65 to 70. Exam results are displayed immediately on the screen after completion of your exam. So if you try to change or reschedule your exam within or before 72 hours, there is no change fee. But if you try to reschedule your exam within 72 hours, a $75 charge, a fee will be charged. $75 fee will be charged. So no change fee if you reschedule. before 72 hours. In case someone fails the exam, right? Fails the exam, then they have to wait at least 14 days from the day you fail to next attempt. And you can attempt maximum 3 times in a year from the date of your first attempt. And every time you have to pay full exam fee. Okay, you have to pay full exam fee for each time you retake it. And you need to get recertified every 2 years, and the exam fee is $75. Some study tips. AWS has white papers to provide information. It is advisable to go through these white papers. I'll provide you those white papers to you, and then I will also provide you some practice questions. Okay, so you just go through these practice exams. Okay, and there is an exam blueprint. So I'll show you that blueprint. Okay, these are the, you see this is the screen that I have shown you. And for DBS, it's better to go with this certification, Certified Solution Architect Associate. Just click on this, learn more. So there are two patterns right now. So this is the old pattern, which is valid till August 12th. And this is a new pattern. And if you are planning to write after August 12th, go with this new pattern. If you are planning to write before 12th, I suggest you go with this exam, the old pattern. So let's discuss the new pattern. And the exam duration is 130 minutes and 65 questions. The exam fee is $150. And there is a blueprint here. Okay, if you see this blueprint, exam guide. Okay, these are the topics that will be covered. Design resilient architecture, define performant architecture, 34%, 24, 26, 10, 100. Approximately, you need to get 70% to pass the exam. Okay. Questions so far? All right. The same way, if you have, if you're planning for developer exam, or if you're planning for professional exam. So let's assume you have completed associate and you want to go for professional exam. Any professional exam will cost you $300. Associate level exams, $150. Professional exam, $300. Associate is $150. And these are some guidelines, exam guide. Okay, click on this exam guide, you will see these are the things that are covered. Okay, this is the bit of advanced, then associate. To go to professional exam, you need to have associate level, that is mandatory. And developer exam, what is covered in developer? This is deployment, security, development, refactoring, monitoring, and troubleshooting. And you also have DevOps certification. If you go here, developer, DevOps professional, exam guide. Continuous delivery and process automation, monitoring metrics, security governance, high availability, and elasticity. Okay, so that is about the exams, and we'll try to understand what exactly AWS is all about. So, but before we get into any further in AWS or cloud, I want you to create AWS account. So to start working with AWS, you need to have AWS account. aws.amazon.com. Go to this place. So create a free account. So you can get a free account here. So the free account is valid for 12 months with some conditions apply. Go to click on create free account. Your email address, password, confirm password, and account name. So after that, it is going to ask for your personal details, your address, phone number, etc. And then you have to provide a credit card or debit card, and you will get a automated call from Amazon to verify your phone number and verify your credit card identity. So basically, so then follow the instructions that are provided in the telephone, and then you will be able to create an account. And at the time of creation of account, you will get multiple support options. Okay, support options. Select basic. Basic is free. Don't select anything other than basic. Anything other than basic is chargeable. Starts from $29, $100, and also $15,000. So 3 different support plans are there. So make sure you select basic. So very easy to create. It's like creating a account in your it's like creating a Gmail account or creating an account in online shopping portal. So just provide your credit card information, your phone number, your address, and your account details. Okay, that's it. Now, all right. So go to aws.amazon.com/free. So what do I get for free? And what are the things are chargeable and what do I get for free? So you will get 12 months free service. Okay, and there are some services always free. There are some services trial version. Okay, some are trial version, some are always free, some are 12 months free. Look at 12 months free. These are the services 12 months free with Some limitations here. API gateway, cloud directory 1 GB per month, CloudFront 50 GB, AWS Connect 90 minutes. Okay, so probably you don't know most of these services as of now, but as we go through the course, you will understand the different services that we get. So Amazon EC2 instance, it provides EC2 is nothing but servers, virtual servers in the cloud. So it provides 750 hours per month. So you can create a server. So if you've created one server, right, you will get 750 hours. If you have created two servers, and two servers, you can run it for 375 hours per month, 375 plus 375. Or if you have 10 servers, so each server gets 750. Each server gets 75 hours per month as free usage. Anything above than that, you will be charged. So together, no matter how many instances you run in the cloud, you will get 750 hours together. Together, you will get 750 hours. Not like each server you will get 750 hours. So combined, all the instances combined together, 750 hours per month that you get. And EFS 5 GB you get, Elastic Cache. These are all 12 months free services with this limits. And there are some services always free. You see this? Always free services. Amazon Chime, CloudWatch, DynamoDB, Glacier. These are always free with this limits. And there are some services trial, 30-day trial, 2 months trial, 90-day trial, and 250 hours trial, and so on. So make sure you understand these limitations before you create or before you launch any service. Okay. Now, so what do you mean by cloud computing? What exactly is cloud computing is all about? Any idea? So cloud computing is a method of accessing your resources through remote data centers from browser, right? So we're going to see these things, cloud concepts of cloud computing, evaluation, history of cloud computing architecture, some benefits and limitations of cloud computing. So the concept of cloud. Look at this. So what is cloud computing? So cloud computing is basically a method of running application software and hardware storage from a central computing systems and providing customers or other users accessing them through internet. So basically all your data is in remote data centers and you're accessing those data through internet. We don't need to manage the hardware. The cloud service provider is the one who is going to manage the hardware. So we are not required to manage the hardware. Cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of resources that can be provisioned rapidly and released with minimal management effort. Okay, as you see this, it enables a ubiquitous network access. What is ubiquitous? You can access it from anywhere, any device, uh, you know, you can get it from anywhere. Simple words, you can access from anywhere, any device, wherever you are, as long as you have internet connection. Very convenient. Whenever you want, you can launch the services, and whenever you don't want, you can remove those services. On-demand network access. So on-demand network access means you can Again, it is similar to convenient, so you can get whenever you want it, to a shared pool of resources. You are not the only one who is going to use these resources. There are multiple other customers, millions of customers who are going to use these services. Okay, and also you can provision these services very quickly. Okay, it requires hardly just few minutes. If I want to launch EC2 instance, it hardly takes few minutes to get my EC2 instance. Okay, and I can provision with minimal management or service provider interaction. When I want to launch a server, I don't need to interact. I don't need to talk to cloud service provider, which is Amazon Web Services. Okay, I can launch it by myself. There is no need to get in touch with Amazon Web Services. I don't need to take their permission to launch an instance. It's very simple, right? When you so if you go to Flipkart or if you go to Amazon.in, when you want to place an order, so do you wait for permission from Amazon or Flipkart? We don't, right? So we just directly place the order. So you're as long as uh, the proper payment options that you select and payment is done, your order will be shipped to your location. Okay, it's the same way. Your credit card information is already with them, so you don't need their permission to launch any services. Okay, if you launch any services, you will be billed accordingly. If you are using in free tier limit, you will not be charged, but if you're out of your free trial or free tier, then you will be charged. So cloud computing provides a simple way to access your services, storage, and many other applications over the internet. And with the cloud computing, you don't need to spend a huge amount of money. There is no need to make upfront investments, because see, if I want to set up an application, I want to set up a web server, I want to host my website on it, and I also want to uh, set up a load balancers. Okay, I want to set up high availability, and all this requires a lot of money. You need to buy the hardware, and if you are thinking about high availability load balancing, and also you need to buy the software, and that also software licensing is in one, depending on what application that you are going to use, and also monthly maintenance. So you need to have internet connectivity, high speed internet connectivity, and server maintenance. So and the location where you are going to put has to be secured. So all these have to be taken into consideration. So that is going to be a lot of investment for you. Initial investment will be huge. It depends on how many servers that you are going to buy. But in the cloud computing, you don't need to worry about hardware at all. The hardware is taken care by the cloud service provider, and we just only install our applications, install operating system, and make use of those applications and servers and the software. So the hardware part is completely taken care by cloud service provider, and you can also provision exactly the right type and right size of your computing resources. Suppose I want one CPU, I can set up one CPU 1 GB, or I want 10 CPUs 10 GB memory also, I can set it up. So you can access as many resources as you need almost instantly, and you only pay for what you use. Okay, so these are the things that we are going to discuss. We're going to discuss some basic characteristics of cloud computing. We will try to understand what are the different service models are there and what are the different deployment models are there. Just give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So these are the characteristics that we are going to discuss, and service models and deployment models. The basic 5 characteristics: network connections of wide coverage, rapid elastic extensions, metered services, on-demand services, and pooled resource sharing. And the service models, you have 3 models: platform as a service, software as a service, infrastructure as a service. And deployment models, there are 4 deployment models: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. These are 4 deployment models. So we'll see each one of them one by one. So what is cloud? So I told cloud is a method of accessing your servers or storage or applications from remote data centers. So cloud is accessed over the internet, and cloud is a service. It is a shared service, scalable service. It is a shared and scalable service, and the underlying technology for the cloud is virtualization. So cloud computing is a service, shared service, scalable service. It uses virtualization. So underlying technology is a virtualization. Okay, it uses Citrix Zen. Amazon Web Services uses Citrix Zen. And as I told, these are the 5 characteristics: on-demand self-service, ubiquitous, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, flexible pricing. Okay, what do you mean by on-demand self-service? The services are accessible anytime on demand, and all can be provisioned self. So you don't have to interact with service provider to get the services up and running. So you can do it by yourself. And I told ubiquitous, you can access it from anywhere, any device. Resource pooling, you're going to access these resources along with, there are many other users. Okay, it is a shared resources. Okay, so it is a shared resource along with many other customers. Rapid elasticity, which means I can scale up and I can scale down. I can increase the capacity, decrease the capacity whenever I wanted. And flexible pricing. Flexible pricing means uh, as per the usage. As per the usage. If you use it for 1 hour, you are going to pay for 1 hour, or if you use it for 10 hours, you pay for 10 hours. It is flexible pricing. Pay per use accordingly. So for example, if you take your electricity bill, right? If you consume 100 units this month, you are going to pay only 100 units cost. But if you consume only 10 units, you will pay 10 units. So as per the usage, you are going to pay. The same way cloud also, as per the usage, you are going to pay accordingly. Okay. Some of the most common cloud computing examples: Facebook. Facebook is a service that is provided to you over the internet. Twitter. Okay, online games. Wiki. Gmail is also an email service that is provided to you over the internet. Okay, and Gmail, Dropbox is also file sharing service. These are for everyone, general public, anyone can use these services. Some services for businesses like CRM, customer relationship management, backup services, ERP, financial. Okay, these are for businesses. Okay, CRM example: CRM, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, ERP, okay, SAP, and financial services. Okay. So these are some examples of cloud computing. Any questions so far? Okay. So can you provide me your email addresses so that I can share the content with you? Okay. I've got Rekha. Yes. Okay, so let me make a note of these. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just noting down. All right. So the deployment models, 4 deployment models: a public deployment, private deployment, community deployment, and hybrid deployment. So we call it as public cloud, private cloud, community cloud, and hybrid cloud. Let's look at each one of them. Private cloud. What do you mean by private cloud? So private cloud is generally used by the company within the organization, and it is not exposed outside the organization. And it's basically resides on the private network, and that is part of your data center, and it is exclusively used by your organization, one organization, and it is owned and managed by the company, or company may give it to a third party who will manage your private cloud. So what is the use of this? It supports organization business objective in economic way, and it provides you high security. Okay, think of it like a private car, your own car. So you own a car, and that car is only used by you and your family, right, or your friends. Okay, but it's not open for public. The same way private cloud is also, it is implemented within your company, and it is used by your company employees and your company's client. And public cloud, delivery of services over the internet. The services are delivered to you over the internet. For private cloud, you may not require internet connectivity. Okay, you may not require internet connectivity, but public cloud you require internet connectivity. All the services are delivered to you over the internet, and sharing of resources is possible in public cloud. It is called multi-tenancy, which means multiple people are going to access the cloud services at the same time, which is going to bring a lower level of security and privacy. It is basically aimed at wider audience and services like email, social media, and social networking and collaboration. So email service, Gmail service is a public cloud. Networking, social networking, Facebook, Twitter, okay, uh, those are all public cloud. Amazon Web Services is also a public cloud. Microsoft Azure is a public cloud. Google Cloud Platform, public cloud. Okay, so let me think of it like public transport. Public cloud is like a public transport. So anybody can access public cloud, or anybody can access public transportation. Okay, bus or train service or flight services, right? As long as you can pay for the services, you will be able to access. Nobody is going to stop you to take a bus or a train or a flight, right? So if you can pay for the ticket, that's it. You can take from any place to any place. The same way public cloud, as long as you have a valid credit card or debit card, and as long as you have a the valid account which is created in the respective public cloud, you can use their services, and nobody is going to stop you, or nobody is going to say you anything, or restrict you to use some services. Okay, even cloud service provider is not going to tell you only use these services, don't use other services. No, so you can use any services that they provide. And community cloud, it is a shared private cloud. It is same like private cloud only, but it is shared private cloud. It is shared across different organizations, a group of organizations or group of individuals who have a common goal. Okay, 2 or 3 people come together and they want to build a cloud, or 2 or 3 organizations, they want to build a cloud, but they want to keep it themselves, not to expose it to everyone, but they just want to keep it themselves. In that case, you create a community cloud, and the data is accessed across all these different individuals or organization. Easy sharing of data, platforms and application, sharing of capital expenditures, and 24/7 support, and shared services and support contracts. Some of the examples like regional, national educational institutes and community centers, etc. So another example of this community cloud is carpooling. So carpooling, suppose near to your home, 3 or 4 people who are sitting there, okay, 3 or 4 people who are living there, they want to access, they go to office every day. Instead of everyone taking one car, they carpool. Okay, the carpool. So what happens with the carpooling? They can save the cost. So instead of taking 3 cars, they take one car. Yeah, so they take one car, and then all three will go in that car. Okay, that way they can share the expenses, they can share the data, and also they can share the application and also cost. And finally, it's a hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private cloud. So you're extending public cloud into private cloud or private cloud into public cloud. So that's nothing but hybrid cloud. So we're going to see all this. We're going to see the public cloud and we're going to see hybrid cloud. So private cloud is out of Amazon. Amazon does not support private cloud or community cloud. Amazon is only public cloud, and we also use hybrid cloud to connect your on-premises network to AWS cloud. Okay. Any questions? So tomorrow we'll see the different cloud implementation types. So we'll see some more details about private cloud, hybrid cloud, and public cloud. After that, we will see the service models, which is software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Okay. All right. So that's all for today. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay, so that's it for today, and see you tomorrow at same time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.